Do you think happiness is more of a skill, or do you think happiness is something that you can learn? Or
I think the unfortunate thing about, or the unfortunate misconception that people have about happiness is that people think they should be happy all the time. Happy is an emotion just like being sad, just like being angry, just like being stressed. And unfortunately people's perception of happiness is that it should be something that should be there all the time. And it's not true. Like what's the word I'm looking for? Expectation. So your expectation of happiness, if your expectation of happiness is that you should be happy all the time, then you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
Because it's not realistic to think that you're going to be happy all the time.
Yeah.
And then that expectation just makes you more unhappy because you think that you should be happy. When in reality, like I said, life is up and down. And like we said yesterday, life is not easy. Life was never meant to be easy. And unfortunately, some people now, especially with the social media issue that we have, is that people go on social media and then look at everybody else's lives and then compare themselves to people on social media and think that they should always be happy because social media is showing everybody happy all the time. And then your expectation, again, is that you should be happy all the time. But it's not true. Like, happiness is an emotion, like I said. Happiness goes up and down, just like sadness, just like being angry, just like being disappointed. And the more that you come to grips with the fact that it is an emotion, it's there and sometimes and it's not, the more happy you will become. Like I said, if your expectation is that you're going to be happy all the time, then you will become more unhappy, I believe.
So in essence, you're saying that happiness is something that we learn to do, similar to confidence, similar to...
I think there's obviously things that you can do in your life that will enable you to have a happier life, and I think it all comes down to having a choice, doesn't it? Like I speak a lot about, we obviously all have a hand that we've been dealt, some worse than others, but no matter what hand you've been dealt, you always have a choice. You have a choice to do the right thing or the wrong thing, or the thing that's going to bring a more positive outcome. And if you always strive to make a positive choice, depending on what hand you've been dealt or what's happened in your life, then you will become a happier person. If you always choose to go down the route of, blaming everybody else and everything else and having a victim mentality, and it's never your fault, you never take accountability for your own actions, then you're going to become more unhappy. Whereas if you just say to yourself, it's happened now, I am accountable for myself and my actions, and I'm the only person that's ever going to make a difference to my life, nobody else, then you are taking a positive action forward and you are going to make yourself more happy in that way.
Definitely. So do you think there's such thing as luck in that case?
It's a sticky one, isn't it? I think...
Yeah, there's definitely multiple
I think that the luckier the harder you work, the luckier you get. And obviously some people may look at myself and think that I'm lucky. Obviously one of the businesses I run, OSI, my dad started that business, and he retired, my brother and my sister and myself, we took over. So some people could say that I'm lucky in that respect, which I see it more as that I am grateful. I've been given a good hand. People call it lucky, whatever you want to call it. But what I don't see as lucky is the fact that when I took over that business, it was, my dad retired, I think the year he retired, we did 2.9 million revenue turnover. From the year he retired, the year I took over, to the year after, the last financial year, I increased it to 4 million. So that was without my dad, and that was with me getting up at 5 o'clock every day, working until I went to bed. That's not lucky.
No.
That's hard work.